Hey, my friends, I'm NBC10 First Alert Meteorologist Steve Sosna, and we're about to see a huge change in and around Philadelphia. To this, yes, winter may be returning again, and you may want to know why. Well, I'm here to talk to you about something that you may not have heard of. It's called sudden stratospheric warming. Now, you've heard of the polar vortex, and that does bring cold weather our way, but what gets the polar vortex here? It's this. So I'm here to explain what the process is and how it happens. So we have 4 layers of the atmosphere. This is important to understand. It's like a layer cake. It's these first 2 that we really focus in for weather, the troposphere and the stratosphere. In the troposphere, that's where the bulk of our weather happens from day to day. When you walk outside and you need an umbrella to shoveling out that snow, it's where we live, it's where it happens. And it's volatile. It dukes back and forth between cold and warm weather. However, if you go up in the atmosphere, we go up to that second layer, if you will, and that is the troposphere, and above that, the stratosphere. This is where, if you've ever been on a commercial aircraft and going to vacation, this is where you've flown in the stratosphere. And this is a very calm and stable layer, typically. But there are situations where that does change. So the stratosphere covers the Earth, obviously, but there's one area of the Earth that we really look to see what's happening here, and this is over Siberia. And this is where some really cold air is located. So in order to understand what happens to this cold air, we have to understand what a normal stratosphere is. It's extremely cold, stuff that you've never even felt before, 92 degrees below zero. Now, you recognize the term polar vortex, right? Well, there's really 2 of them. It's this one that we're really concerned about. It's the upper level one. That's the one that has that real bad pocket of cold. And we have to watch the shape of it. The shape is super important. If it's in a circle, we're not going to get slammed by anything that's too extreme. And usually that's what it looks like. But there are situations that change the shape, and one of those is stratospheric warming. So sudden stratospheric warming happens almost every year, but the severity varies from year to year. So when we hit severe, that is a big change. That means we've warmed our temperature up almost 100 degrees in this instance, and that happened on the week of January 4th. And what that does, it causes our polar vortex, remember that nice circular shape, to start to break up. And when that does, it weighs down on the jet stream. And you know the jet stream, that delivers us our weather, and that plunges it down to the south. Now, it takes some time. We saw this warming event happen around January 4th. Notice this is the 16th. That's when the cold starts to get here. So you don't get it right away, but down the road it comes down, and when it gets here, it tends to last a long time. These are our brutal winters sometimes, rounds of brutal cold, sometimes temperatures below zero. That's when you get some snowstorms, occasionally, not always. And again, this can last a few weeks. So we've had some very mild weather, a cakewalk of a winter, but this all could be changing soon. Of course, we'll always keep you updated with our NBC10 First Alert forecast.